Hi, my name is Paula Ross, and on Tuesday, June 19th, 2018, I led a group for current victims of or survivors of domestic violence. It was scheduled for 6 to 9 p.m. at my home and was the first of what I hoped is many group meetings to come. I initially invited 12 women, in which 11 participated. Of the 11 who attended, 2 were family members, 3 were very close friends, and 6 were acquaintances of mine or that of my other guests. I myself have never been a victim, but I do have knowledge in the area and have always wanted to start this group. Thankfully, through this course, I was able to do so. The meeting goals were to give the victims and survivors a safe environment to talk about their lives, learn from each other, and to empower them by providing necessary tools to truly understand the reality or domestic violence and the impact it has on family members as well as the victims themselves. There was not a co-leader, however, one of my family members helped me to prepare the meeting. I wanted my guests to feel welcome and give them a setting that felt safe and was inviting. So we lit a few candles, played some soft music, and set up a table that had snacks and drinks. Because this was the first group meeting with a sensitive topic, I wanted to keep the content to a minimum, sort of like an introduction to what the group meetings would consist of. My initial plan was to divide the meetings into four sections with a refreshment break in between. The first session went well. The group members were receptive to what I had to say and to say who I was and the rules and guidelines for the group. During the second section, when the group members were asked to introduce themselves and then name a city that started with the first letter of their first name, things got a little off track. Apparently, the icebreaker game was a little too easy. Anyway, I regained control. We had a break where I encouraged the members to mingle and to get to know one another a little better. This went well, and all the members seemed a little more relaxed when we started the third section. After the break, I asked the following 2 questions. What do you feel would make you most comfortable in speaking to a group? And is there anything you think that would prevent you from expressing yourself? Again, each member was receptive and each contributed. The fourth section sort of ran into the third section, which I asked a member if future group meetings are something the members would like to participate in. To my delight, they all said yes. For the most part, I was pleased with the first meeting. I was a little nervous, which I guess is to be expected since it was my first time conducting this type of group. I think one of my biggest challenges was controlling the group when everyone began to talk at once. I did not want to come off as an assertive or unempathetic. Thankfully, I was able to regain and move forward. I was able to follow the plan I established, though I found that some areas were either over or under the time I allotted, and it ultimately ran over the planned quit time. I planned the first 15 minutes to be more introducing myself and explaining the goals and rules of the group. This took more time than I expected, lasting 30 minutes. Of course, that caused the next section to begin later than 6:15 as planned. 6:15 to 7:30 was allotted for group members to share, name, play a wordplay icebreaker game, and to relay their expectations of the group. This did not take as long as I planned. So even though this part started later than anticipated, it was over before the stop time by 15 minutes. So I just added that to the refreshment time, and instead of mingling over refreshments for 30 minutes, I allowed 45 minutes, which put us back on track. The meetings were scheduled to end at 9, but the last lady did not leave my home until 9:20 p.m. So time planning is something I need to work on. I think what I did well was to make everyone feel welcome and comfortable when first arriving at my home. I want to close by saying domestic violence impacts more than just the victim. It impacts the children, parents, families, and communities. The key to putting a stop to domestic violence is to talk about it, bring awareness to it, and more importantly, empower women and provide them with the tools and resources that they can use to help them learn their value. I learned a lot from this experience, particularly that it is okay to take the lead and maintain control while actively engaging with the members of the group. Additionally, I learned that everyone has a voice. Sometimes they just need help to find it. Before I close, I want to share a quote by Albert Einstein. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. I am a believer that we all are in a constant state of learning. If we pay attention to what is going on around us, learning to be a good leader takes time and hard work, but it is attainable. Thank you for watching my video, and God bless.